This land is your land. This land is my land. From California, well, to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest.
Action News Network is an Aboriginal American media network. As such, we are protected under the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People, or DRIP, Articles 8, 14, and 16. Action News Network is allowed to provide Aboriginal news and media content on non-Indigenous media platforms free of oppressive censorship. Any breach of this protection is a breach of international law.
I'm saying, and this map has a whole bunch of like Latin inscriptions on it, coding. I decoded it with the help of this dude Barnabas Nagy. Should check out his joint if you're into history and shit. Yeah, there's hijacks in there, but he's a white boy trying to learn the truth and shit. So I respect that and shit. I respect his work. So if you're into dork ass maps and shit like I am and shit, and go check out him. But his subscribers, they did him a solid by translating into Latin. I did it a little bit myself the day that I seen his video, but and it basically the same as them. This is what I came up with, and this goes with the whole A.D.O.S shit. This is why I'm bringing it up, because I want you to know how these people work and shit. Because you see, y'all niggas, you don't deal with white people and shit like that, but you think you know everything about them and shit. And I'm telling you, it's more serious than what you know. You don't know trickery. You don't know flim flam. You don't know the okie doke. I'm trying to show y'all niggas what that is, alright? And minus the hate and shit, alright? Because I ain't a teacher. I just learn shit, and when I learn it, I'm like, hey, look what I learned. That's what I'm doing. So this is what I'm doing right now. Now you say at the top right here, you see it says Nose te ipsum, right? Which means know thyself in Latin. Then you have O capael baro dignum quis non heblet, right? One doesn't have an ass's ears or worry of the head of the poisonous herb. On this side, you guys, like, I can't show you right now what it says all the way. It's like, what does that say? Vanitias, Ventanium, Ventatum et Omnia Vanitas. Loosely translated, it means vanity's peril, right? Then you have right here Stusolum Infrutis es numerus. It means the number of fools is infinite. So it says, know thyself. One doesn't have an ass's ears or worry of the head of the poisonous herb. Your vanity is peril. The number of fools is infinite. Now, for modern English, it basically says if you're stupid enough not to know who you are and where you are from by your own account, or where you are by your own account, you deserve the peril that those who deceive you inflict. You will die in vain. And that's so true of my people. I think a lot of y'all niggas know that we Indians and shit like that, but it's like, when it comes to old people get stubborn. So I think there's a lot with motherfuckers who's like 45 years old and older. They know their grandparents told them they was fucking Indian shit, but y'all niggas went to school and shit. So if the white man taught me that we from Africa, they got us from Africa, so you go back and tell your country family and shit, hey, we from Africa and shit. Them niggas looking at you like, what the fuck you talking about? We from Georgia, we from Alabama, we from here and shit. These niggas look at you like you crazy and shit. And you try to spit that garbage onto us because I'm the product of baby boomer kids. So baby boomers were the first black kids to get told that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But you ask the parents of the baby boomers that, I wish I would have had my grandparents around asking about that. They probably would have said I'm a fool and shit. Don't know nothing about no goddamn Africa and shit. It's because this is a depiction of this is around the time when they started trying to give you the globe work. I believe the earth is flat. Well, not flat, like a square flat. It's just not a fucking round ball. Floating millions of miles an hour, spinning around through space. Yet we see the same fucking constellations every day. And it's been mapped for thousands of years, the same places. And you can map the stars being the same places for the next 1,000 years, and it'll be there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just simple shit, man. So, this is someone who knows the earth is not what it is, and they're making fun of the people, basically by telling you, yo, hey, know thyself and shit. And the funny shit is, you be like, so why would they put all this shit on a map? That's because the average person back then couldn't read Latin. They might be able to read, you know, a little bit of shit here and there, but the Latin they didn't know how to read. It was used as a, you know, the dignitaries' language and shit. It was language of law, language of scripture, you know. So the average person, maybe they knew their little dialects, you know, whatever, you know, little dialect that broke off from Latin and shit. But the proper Latin, the Caesar's Latin, they didn't know. I just thought you niggas might want to know that. It's just interesting. You know what I'm saying? If you're stupid enough not to know who you are and where you are, by your own account, you deserve the peril that those who deceive you inflict, and you will die in vain. Know thyself, the number of fools is infinite. Because y'all niggas, the number of fools is infinite. That's definitely the fucking truth. Alright, y'all, Action News Network. I'm just gonna break down some shit. Now, I like being a small channel because most people that rock with me, you know, are serious people. They really into this shit for serious. But then, you know what I'm saying, when you grow a little bit, you get a few niggas watching you and shit, you start getting the agents and shit, right? So I'm gonna point out the fucking agents to y'all because I'm tired of this bitch ass shit that be going on and shit. Number one, when it comes to the whole A.D.O.S movement, as I said in my last video, I fucking agree with the movement to a certain point. Alright, I do think American descendants, I don't want to say of slavery, but black Americans, for lack of a better term, do need to separate themselves from everybody else and get their shit into gear and start demanding shit for themselves and start taking advantage of the shit that's supposed to be given to them. Alright, what I don't agree with is all of the dumb bullshit that goes on with this. And you have to know that a movement like this is going to be fucking infiltrated, alright? Panthers was infiltrated, all the Chicago gangs like the Vice Lords and whatever was infiltrated, the Young Lords in New York, the Puerto Rican group was infiltrated, all these groups was infiltrated, Nation Islam was infiltrated. So if you don't think the A.D.O.S is going to be infiltrated, then y'all niggas is fucking stupid, alright? So I got this nigga right here who's fucking his channel name or whatever is hashtag A.D.O.S. This nigga been trolling me ever since I fucking put an A.D.O.S video out and shit. Alright, so first of all, you see this nigga is like mad vague with his comments and shit, and he's only obsessed with where you from and shit. See, this is the what I call the divide and conquer strategy and shit. So this nigga says my great grandparents are Negroes born in the 1800s in America. Alright, nigga, me too. You know, you ain't saying nothing, you know, crazy or whatever. Alright, so then he goes to say anyone who talks bad about the A.D.O.S movement has to have a background check on them. Anyone who actually has family who's been through Jim Crow and other bullshit this country has put us through is not going to be against the movement. Now, that's not necessarily true, nigga, because what I'm gonna tell you right now is y'all niggas ain't gonna get none because you keep calling yourselves fucking Africans and shit. You know what I'm saying? You niggas don't want to be African, but you want to be African at the same time. Y'all niggas is like, oh, but we ain't these Africans or whatever. So who the fuck are you, nigga? But then when a nigga like me tell you that you a fucking Indian, that you're American Indian, that your black ass always been in this goddamn continent, niggas want to fucking look at me like I'm crazy and shit. I show you pictures and pictures. I show you books and shit from the 1800s to tell y'all niggas that you always been here, showing you your ancestors. These niggas was always fly with chains, earrings, all the shit that we do today, all the fly clothes, all the shit that we do today, feathers in the hat and all that. We've been doing that shit for thousands of fucking years. You know what I'm saying? The smoking the cigarettes. What African you see smoking cigarettes? What African you see use tobacco? What African you see smoke weed? Oh, that's some dumb shit to talk about. Well, that's what our ancestors was doing. The niggas was smoking tobacco and smoking fucking weed. And niggas drunk. You know what I'm saying? Africans don't do shit. Alright? So, but like I said, with the ADS shit, this niggas like butthurt and shit. Alright? So, he's talking all this other shit. Let's look at a few of the comments this niggas making and shit, right? So, it's like, alright. So, this nigga said to me, where are you from? Where are your parents from? So I said, me, New York. My parents from New York. My grandparents from New York and Puerto Rico, right? And I said, I ain't knocking immigrants, but historically, immigrant blacks has been used to deceive native blacks. So, the only thing this nigga heard from the whole fucking conversation is, so you Puerto Rican. That's how you know this nigga's a fucking troll and a goddamn white boy agent pretending to be black to fucking divide niggas up. Because all he wants to do. You see, when you got a mission, that's all the fuck you do. So, niggas seeing that I said that I got a grandparent from Puerto Rico, and all of a sudden I'm fucking, you know, goddamn, you know, I'm fucking Jennifer Lopez and shit, alright? Nigga, I got my bones inside of me, my blood is more black inside of me than whatever the fuck yours is, because you a fucking agent with that American flag and shit. Besides the point, though, we gonna continue, right? So, I go, at A.D.O.S, right? And Malcolm X's mom is Caribbean also. I have no problem with immigrant blacks, just pointing out a pattern, fam. I also said that they have American-born handlers like Lil Wayne, Jay Prince, etc. And being Puerto Rican is still American, U.S.-born, but that's besides the point. I could do a whole video on the Hispanic race class system, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Plus, Darkman X is Jamaican, Dr. Phil Valentine's Trinity, fucking Dr. Ivan Serma's Guyanese, and all these niggas damn near, when the case of Ivan Serma died, fucking trying to tell y'all niggas that y'all always been here and shit, that black people is native to every fucking inch of this goddamn world. These whites ain't native to nothing. These whites ain't no fucking goddamn, they ain't even native to Europe, niggas. Y'all niggas don't even want to believe that. You look at King James, man, my nigga. Why they call Queen Elizabeth the First the white queen? You know what I mean? But see, niggas don't want to pick up a book and read and shit. And niggas want to call me a wing or whatever because I fucking read and shit, nigga. But whatever, right? So now I asked the nigga about his belief on African versus American Aboriginal, right? Of course, the niggas that gonna get back to me also said I obviously support the idea of American black separation from others, but from a different angle, right? So the nigga don't get back. That's how you know he's an agent. He ain't got nothing to say. He's quiet because, you know, that's not his mission, right? So you got this dude, his name is Bernard Miller, right? So the nigga says, at A.D.O.S, why does it matter if you can rock the American flag all you want? They still look at you as a nigga. So totally true, right? So again, so now the A.D.O.S nigga comes back because nigga hit a trigger word and shit. I'm American. I really don't care what other people think about my skin. See, that's more Asian fucking bullshit talking shit. Alright? That's that dumb shit. I don't really care about my skin, but you obviously do, nigga, because you want this A.D.O.S shit, right? So then Bernard Miller says again at A.D.O.S, yeah, well, I guess, yo, some people are obedient slaves who take their slave daddy flag and wave it around. Don't matter how much they want nothing to do with them. I guess the more you try to prove to them you're American, the more you think of them looking at you as anything more than 3/4 of a human being. And homeboy Bernard Miller is so fucking true, right? Again, see, here go the Asian shit. So the nigga A.D.O.S said, come back, right? And the nigga says right here, so where you from? See, that's all this nigga really care about and shit. That's that Asian shit. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I love my people with that bitch like that, but nobody's that hawkish on shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to detail and shit. Nobody, if we was that fucking hawkish on shit, we wouldn't have the problem we have now. Alright? We would have fucking unity and all this other shit. But no, we don't. You know what I'm saying? Because you got niggas like this bitch ass nigga right here. Alright? Then Bernard comes back with, hey, I'm from a little town called None of Your Damn Business. What the fucking difference does it make? Now, I don't know if Bernard's a fucking immigrant or not. Don't really make a difference by this point. And I'm gonna let y'all niggas know why it don't make a difference. Because I keep trying to tell y'all dumb niggas that y'all are not fucking from Africa, man. It's like the out of Africa theory is a eugenicist fucking theory, my nigga. It's a theory, just like gravity's theory, nigga. And it's like, do y'all niggas know what theories mean? It means it's not fucking proven. It's like we don't know how to explain this shit, so this is the best guess that we have, and we gonna put it down academically. But see, y'all niggas wanna be all pro-black and shit, but you wanna come kick some white man knowledge to me and shit. Don't call me no white man knowledge, yo. I'm not kicking no white man knowledge to you. I'm telling you, even though it's funny and shit, cause I use white man's words against what the fuck he's saying today, cause they always gotta contradict themselves. Cause when you tell a lie, the lie only lasts for so long. You gotta keep changing that shit. You know what I mean? You gotta keep changing it so it can appeal to today's current events and shit. Just like I was born black, my kids, you know, 1990, after 1990, everybody's African American. You had a lot of niggas fighting that shit, right? So after 1990, niggas is American. So my kids is now African American, right? So what my grandkids gonna be? A.D.O.S? These niggas gonna be American descendants of slavery, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, my parents was born Negro. My grandparents shit was born colored. My great-great-grands was born Indian. But that's a whole nother fucking story, you know what I mean? But we don't ask ourselves why every 2 generations they changing who the fuck we are. A white person is a white person all throughout that fucking time period. Hispanics didn't even get a racial category until the 1970s. Before then, if your ass was Mexican, your ass was considered colored or a Negro. Unless you was really fucking white. A lot of them niggas don't like to admit that shit either. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I say A.D.O.S need to fucking rock on their own. I understand that shit, but the name is stupid and the fucking premise of it is stupid as fuck. Especially when y'all niggas is talking some dumb shit. Like y'all nigga talk about Dr. Umar Johnson being... Dr. Umar Johnson said, oh, yeah, I'm in Cuba, my great-grandfather was Cuban. Now all of a sudden, because the nigga great-grandfather's Cuban, he not African-American no more. Or whatever the fuck you wanna call yourself, Black American, right? That's dumb as fuck, nigga. Because none of y'all niggas will be able to go through your family line up until great-grandparents without finding somebody from the Caribbean. We all the same fucking people, number one. You know what I mean? All this fucking, I'm Jamaican, I'm African-American, I'm this, that, third shit is all dumb shit. We all American Indians. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas is fucking Arawak, Carib, and fucking Taino. We fucking Yamasee, Cherokee, which is not even a real tribe, but it's a confederation of nations, Seminole, you know what I'm saying? We got Choctaw, all that shit, nigga, Creek. Ancestors been running up and down the South forever. We ain't, you know, how you learn how to process corn down to cornbread? The white boys couldn't even survive a year here without the Indians helping them, our ancestors. And you gonna tell me them niggas taught you how to process corn down to cornbread? Nigga, please, man. You know, cause they ain't had no corn in Africa and shit, but y'all niggas corning up everything and shit. So it's just simple fucking logic, B. This is why you're not gonna get no reparations, because they don't own, when you call yourself an African, saying you were African American, the Africans sold, the few Africans that was born here into slavery, nigga, they was sold out by their own fucking people. I told you, check out the country of the homie, the king of the homie. He went into debt and started selling out the kingdom of Judah to the north of him, his prisoners and shit. Then he started just ransacking through all them villages and selling them niggas off and shit. Y'all wanna hear that shit though, man. That's why I keep telling y'all niggas, man. You need to read a fucking book before you come up in here and start talking this dumb shit, man. This A.D.O.S nigga, you a fucking agent, nigga. And I'm calling you guys being a white boy too, man. Because your comments don't really, you know, like you don't seem radical black, you know, nigga. You seem like you just here to divide and shit. So stay the fuck off my goddamn channel, nigga. Cause every time you come on here, I'm gonna expose your fucking ass. Cause watch this. Let me go back and shit. Why your channel don't have no content, homie? You got 7 subscribers, no content, right? 7 subscribers, no content. So, nigga, what you just started last week, you starting all this trouble up? That's an implant. Now, I got this other bitch ass nigga, Vinny Da Vinci. This nigga been trolling me for a while, too. Another white boy pretending to be black because these niggas got no fucking life and shit. You got Action News Network. You beating a dead horse. Black immigrants are already separate from you. I think everybody can easily distinguish a black American and other blacks. You know why, nigga? Because we got swag and shit. And niggas wish you could be us. I can tell an African walking down the street with the tool. And niggas got to beat up sandals and fucking, you know, some goddamn sweatpants like he brought them shits from Africa here, nigga. Nigga, my people don't rock like that. We got swag, nigga. I'm not ashamed to say that shit. We do things differently, alright? Yo, also African can't grow dreadlocks and shit. You know, he got put weave in his hair to do this shit. You know, my hair grow long because I'm fucking American Indian. I'm a whole total different race, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to call obviously trying to say you a black immigrant, nigga, but you got the Vinny Da Vinci. Like, we trying to be Italian, nigga, so you the worst out of everybody, nigga. And you got a rugrat face up here and shit. Like, who the fuck is you, nigga? Then when I go into your shit, nigga, your home team history and shit, who else you subscribe to? Dave Ramsey show. I think nigga does money and shit. You know, this Willie Coots and shit. Did I see this A-Luck shit? I don't know what that is. Some luxury website, some shit. Then you got Angel. And this is where the big shit is. You got my man right here, Angel Jordan Ramirez, who I beefed with last year over his dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is funny as fucking shit, because that nigga probably all down to A.D.O.S shit. But I see Willie Coots here. So Willie Coots, this nigga got 771 subscribers. So he a local nigga just doing his thing, his white boy right here. He Dutch. So this nigga on some Dutch shit, come on here talking my shit, man. Like, nigga, I don't know who the fuck you is. But nigga, you're not gonna shame me because my mother's Puerto Rican, B. Like, you know what I mean? I'm putting more work in than half y'all niggas is doing. I put more work in an hour than y'all niggas in your whole lifetime. You know what I mean? So don't come after me with this dumb shit, alright? And you can go back and read history. You just know who the fuck you are and where you come from and shit. Cause these niggas don't owe you nothing. You're not gonna get no reparations and shit because they don't owe African slaves anything because their own people sold them into slavery. But if you know what tribe you come from here in America, my nigga, that's where you gonna get your shit is, because the only thing white people respect is treaties. Alright? Treaties is the law of the land. And niggas need to understand and learn law. It's like the Moors be fucking telling you. The Moors is up on their fucking law shit, nigga. You need to fucking get up on your fucking law shit. Treaties are the law of the land. So you need to find out who the fuck disrespected your tribe and where you come from. If you living in Georgia, nigga, your family always been in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? If you living in North Carolina, your family always been in fucking North Carolina, nigga. You or whatever Indians been in that area. For y'all niggas who never left anywhere, your family always been in the South. That's where the fuck you from. Alright, my grandparents was born in New York. But I was always told that we was Ogeechee and we was fucking Yamasee Indians, nigga. I ain't never heard no fucking Kunta Kinte bullshit stories and nothing like that, nigga. And all y'all, we Cherokee got this. All y'all know what Indian tribes y'all from, but y'all want us to keep talking this roots bullshit and shit. Go read the COINTELPRO. Go read them shits. Go read how they put out rules. That's not even Alex Haley's real fucking story, my nigga. He copied that shit almost verbatim from another white boy who wrote a story like that, man. And they put that shit out there in the 1970s and have y'all niggas going bananas while they put out rap music and shit. And have y'all niggas by the early 1990s rocking the fucking the big ass African chains and shit. All this shit was a big ass fucking deploy, because what the Black Panthers and all niggas was doing was black nationalistic movements. Remember, Malcolm told y'all niggas was Aborigines. You didn't want to hear niggas. He told you, he said, but you don't like being called Aborigines. What is an Aborigine? It means other fucking land. He said Plymouth Rock, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock, it landed on us. Y'all niggas just laughing like, we was in the port. Nah, nigga, we older than the motherfucking Plymouth Rock, nigga, we been here. When the motherfuckers landed here, we was over here, nigga. That's what Malcolm was trying to tell you. Even Dr. King was telling y'all niggas, man. But you don't dissect it and take that shit out, but you don't come in here and sell some bullshit, nigga. I'm not the one for that. But at the same time, we need to watch out for these motherfucking agents like this nigga right here. Alright, and I'm putting you on blast because you a motherfucking agent. I be catching you on a couple of niggas fucking sites and shit like that. You don't got no content and shit, but you spitting the most fucking venom. And you got one mission, and that's to divide everybody up and shit. Because you don't listen to nobody's fucking statements, but you just, where you from? Where you from? Nigga, where you from? Nigga, I can't see who your fucking face is. I don't know how you sound, I don't know what you about or nothing. I just know you fucking on everybody's shit, talking shit. I'm not down with this bitch ass shit, nigga. I'm cut from a different breed, but I come from something else, man. We don't do this shit. Where you do that at? Where we talk shit about each other and shit, and you don't duke it out, man. Yeah, yo, so I was watching Flat or British, and I couldn't catch what book he said this exactly is. I'll try to leave it later, but I just want to do this while I got it on the top of my head and shit. So he was reading this shit and it just came to me. It was crazy. I was like, yo. Alright, like I said, if you on my channel, then you basically, this is like advanced shit. Because like I said, I ain't trying to teach nobody nothing. I'm just like, hey, look what hey guys, look what I fucking found and shit. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think about this and shit? That's what I do. I don't really I'm trying to come across as no teacher or nothing like that. I'm just like, y'all niggas don't got the time to fucking do this shit. Some niggas don't got the attention span. I understand shit. I don't mean you dumb enough shit like that. I don't try to get me like, oh, this nigga can't call me stupid and nothing like that. Nah, if I can do this shit, anybody can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just your passion. Everybody got different passions and shit. There's some shit that you doing that I can't do. You know what I mean? And I don't have the patience for and shit. Believe me. So just check it. But I like this fucking. I read a lot. So when I find something and shit, or watch a lot of boring shit or whatever, I'm gonna bring it out to you, and maybe I can explain to you in a way where you don't think the shit is whack or boring or whatever, and you just grasp it. Cause you know the shit could put a lot of niggas to sleep. Alright? But it says right here, the Khan of Tartary and China by Manasseh. The argument, sorry, I can't say right there. Postal in support of the opinion that the tribes of Dan and Naphtali are to be found in Tartary. The authors who suppose that the Jews retired to America, the Indians have traditions of a deluge and a race of giants. This all shit should be connecting based on the other people that you watch and other things that you watch, other videos I've done. Alright, this shit should be connecting. Whether Noah peopled America. Resemblance between the rights of Indians and those of the Jews. Different conjectures on the origin of the Indian. Whether the prophet Obadiah predicted that the Jews should go to America. A passage in this prophet explains. Exegesis of other texts of scripture. No particular conformity between the customs and rights of the Indians and those of the Jews. Some Christians have believed in the Jewish origin of the Indians. Their rights resemble those of Catholics more than those of the Jews. Whether the evangelists preached the gospel to the Indians, proofs of their former Christianity unsatisfactory. The Indians are gross idolaters, idol worshippers. All right, idolaters. It's like a word we don't use no more. A refutation of arguments in favor of the Jewish descent of the Tartars. Pachi is found only in Jews and Tartary. So this is very fucking interesting, right? It's basically trying to say that there's something very Jewish between those who are in Tartary and those who are in America, and that there might be a connection between the two. Now, I have already told you about Fusang, how the Chinese or Cathayians or whatever empire, Tartan Empire over there, have records of colonizing the west coast of America. There's another book I'm gonna read a little bit later on that's gonna go into this too, with the conquest of America by the Mongols. All right, so we can get this whole Mongol Indian coming across during the Ice Age and all this other bullshit out the way, because these white people put down in books where the fuck they came from and shit. All right, see, they just, like my mom used to tell me, man. I love my mom for telling me this. We want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. All right. These white people read this shit, but they don't understand it because they all Tartary, you know. Oh, dude, blah blah. They was so they just in amazement that a whole nation, a whole big ass country could be hidden shit. See, we already know this shit. These niggas do this shit. So this is not nothing new for us, all right? What we have to do is cut through their bullshit, and they're wondering, because remember they're a bunch of kids learning shit for the first time. We're trying to remember shit, all right? They learning shit for a new time. We're trying to remember shit. So here we go. We're looking at this shit, right? So let's go. Alright, and I'm sorry I don't got more of this. I'm gonna find this fucking book and I'm gonna break it down even more so, because this shit got me interested. The great, I gotta hit my man Martin Lefke up and ask him what book was this. I don't see it in his description. This is probably the only shit he had linked in his description. So I looked through his links and shit. I was trying to find what the fuck this book was. But it says the great body of Jews and Christians have believed either that the 10 tribes went to Tartary or that they penetrated to America. The former option is supported by the vestiges of ancient Judaism, which are to be found in Tartary, and the matter by some passages of scripture, which are thought to refer an immigration of tribes to America. Okay? I gotta find this fucking book. Alright, so I got this book. It's called Historical Researches of the Conquest of Peru, Mexico, Bogota, Natchez, Talameco, and the 13th century by the Mongols, accompanied with elephants and a local agreement, history, and trade tradition with the remains of elephants and mastodons, alright, found in the New World, containing invasion of Japan from China, violent storm, Mongols, elephants, land Peru, blah 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 and shit. It's by a dude named John Ranking, and it was published in London. And I believe this is what, 1853, I believe. I think that's 1853 down there. No, 1850 something. I'm sorry, I don't got my glasses on, so I couldn't see, the doors. Alright, so. Alright, to the right honorable Alain Lord St. Helens, late ambassador of the courts of Madrid and St. Petersburg. So, it's an ambassador of Spain and Russia. This work is respectively described. So let's look at the content. I always say look at the content. I'm not gonna read the whole fucking book, of course, but you can get the content. You can get the spiel of the fucking book, right? So you got chapter 1: invasion of Japan by the Mongols, a furious storm and failure of the expedition, size and construction of the Chinese ships, winds in the Pacific Ocean. Chapter 2: strangers with elephants arrived on the coast of Peru, their cruelty and brutality, terror of the natives. Mango and his wife appear at a lake and are received as sovereigns. Sketch of the history of the Incas, blah blah blah. Small contents, you can. It says in the 6-page introduction to researchers on the wars and the sports of the Mongols and Romans, the writer hinted at having met with some indications of the connection between Asia and America long before the discovery of the New World by Columbus. Well, no shit. You said these Asians came here on a fucking frozen piece of land between Siberia and goddamn Alaska, but that's a whole other fucking plate of fucking food. From the time that he has kept this object in view, and such has been the success of his further inquiries. They spelling it different here. It's old. That he now ventures confidently to affirm that Peru, Mexico, and other countries in America were conquered by the Mongols, accompanied with elephants in the 13th century. The slow attainment of knowledge appears truly surprising when we contemplate that, according to literature of most of enlightened portion of mankind, the Earth is presumed to have been created 58 centuries. And of 35 of them, including the event of the deluge, elapsed without or processing any European profane history. That of Herodotus being written in the 5th century before Christ. No land of importance was known to the Greeks or Romans west of the shores of Africa, except for Atlantis, right? You see how this shit don't make any fucking sense? None was discovered by them on the east beyond the longitude of 120 degrees from Greenwich at the most. Marco Polo in the 13th century sent our knowledge to Japan, and other discovery, except the Azores, was made till the year 1492. Thus, for 55 centuries, we were ignorant of 180 degrees of longitude of the equator, but possessed some knowledge of East Greenland and the Arctic Circle. Alright, if we conclude that nothing was known on the south, lower than about the Tropic of Capricorn, nearly half of the latitude was also yet undiscovered. Small as this planet is in the sublime scale of nature, how immense in the limited eye of man. True, and I believe that even more so today. If a few days before land appeared, the crew of Columbus ship, terrified as they were at their hazardous state, had thrown their commander into the sea, and the expedition had found their way back to Europe. Or if it had been lost, who can pronounce how much longer of a portion of the earth or greater magnitude than the moon, but more hidden from our sight, would have continued as, let me move this in a little bit, to the proud of their philosophy and systems as the Georgian Citus or Gregorian Citus. At the present period, the space in Africa from latitude 10 north to 30 degrees south, is a blank to the civilized world. That's another thing too. They tell you they came from Africa, but they ain't know nothing about fucking Africa, which is like the funniest shit. Even in cartoons up until the 1960s, Africa was displayed as a dark continent, but at the same time they're trying to tell you that they got you from there. You understand what I'm saying? An immense territory between Tibet and Siberia, alright? It is imperfectly described in America, both north and south, that there are vast districts that may be deemed undiscovered, and that if we add this to New Holland, Borneo, New Holland is Australia, and other unexamined regions, it appears even now that half the surface of Earth has not been visited by anyone who is qualified to communicate the knowledge. So true. Alright, it says like Grand Khan Kublai, who was the Mongol Emperor of China and one of the more than half the population of the globe when Polo was in that country. Such of the ignorance of most sagacious geographer that ever appeared, respecting to the extent of the earth that he supposed himself arrived in the Mongol Empire when he was 150 degrees short of it. Though Anaximander had thought, and at the period there was no doubt in his mind as a person's of reflection, understanding that the earth is spherical, it was not until the voice of Magellan in the year 1521 that it was proved to be so. Okay, this is kind of Jesuit bullshit. And you see with that double cross shit, it says the Mohammedan Mongols, which basically just means the Muslim fucking Tartars in the 15th century, did not suspect the convexity of the earth. They didn't really think the earth was like fucking, you know, like it bended or anything like that. If the canopy of the heaven were a bow and the earth were the cord thereof, and the calamities were the arrows, and mankind marks for those arrows, if the Almighty God, the tremendous and the glorious, were the unerring archer, to whom could the sons of Adam flee? It's some deep shit. For protection, the sons of Adam must flee unto the Lord. Wow. Fully acquiesce in the truth of the remark of the eloquent Gibbon, that the rapid conquest of the Mongols and the Tartars may be compared with the primitive convulsions of nature, which have agitated and altered the surface of the globe. In the 13th century, a warlike genius appeared, with whom no other human being can in moderate proportion be compared. His lieutenants were Caesars and Alexanders in the magnitude of their devastation and conquest. Timogan, son of Pisoka, like soca music. Soka, chief of a tribe of Mongols near Lake Baikal in Siberia, was proclaimed Grand Khan. Remember, Khan is where we get the word king from too. You know what I'm saying? With the title of Genghis. So Genghis Khan is the title. A.D. Before the death of his grandson Kublai, the continent of Asia was nearly subdued. Japan was thrown. Europe was thrown into the utmost consternation. Japan was invaded, and from the effects of a storm, Peru and Mexico was fated to rise from the generals and troops who escaped from that mighty expedition. Like all the continent of Asia except Hindustan and Arabia was subdued in 1280. Hindustan was invaded by Timur but not possessed by the Mongols till 1525. Yada 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 yada. A barbarous nation called Tartars. See, they these Tartars are so great with the destructions and shit. These niggas are just barbarians and shit for the most part. From what the fuck I read, we must be reading like two different fucking things. You know, they were like herders and shit. There was somebody else living in the Tartary nation or whatever, but it wasn't who you would call the Tartars and shit. The Tartars seem to come in and wreck shit and then take over. Sounds like another group of fairly melanatedly challenged people who do the same fucking shit all over the world. I mean, it's just cousins. Gog, Magog, fucking whatever you want to call it. Alright? When these Mongols arrived, America, we shall say, was in the rudest condition. Suddenly, and only because I believe there was a flood before then. And these like motherfuckers, it's like every time a flood happens here, these motherfuckers come in and invade. The first time it was the Mongols, the second time it was the Europeans. Alright? But the Mongols a little more civil. We kicked their ass, they fell back. We say, you can have this land over here. We know your niggas can't go back home and shit. And we kind of did the same thing with Europeans, and we kind of just chilled and shit. But the Europeans, they went back for reinforcements, and then they enslaved us all, and all sudden, and I went from being a Yamaseo Geiji to a fucking African, from the bite of a knee, or whatever bullshit they want to come up with now. Alright? Again, when these Mongols arrived, America, we shall say, was in a bruised condition. Suddenly, two empires are founded with this pomp, ceremonies, and grandeur of Asiatic sovereigns, architecture, and rivals, stupendous works of Romans. They're trying to give, like, the pyramids down there, they trying to give that credit to the fucking Mongols who came over here. Because remember, they always gotta explain how a bunch of fucking simple Negroes built the whole fucking world and shit. You know, so it must have been our cousins, the Asians, who came from, you know, the other side of the fucking Pacific and shit. You know, and conquered the West. They ain't conquered the West Coast. Khalifa and them kicked their ass, and they were subjugated to some of the worst portions of the fucking country, of the continent. Why do you think they found all these roving Mongols in places like Nebraska, places like fucking Arizona, goddamn Texas and shit? These was not fertile fucking lands that people wanted to farm on and shit. They were subjugated to the Great Plains and shit, which was basically washed out because it was like a former sea or something there, or something happened there that washed most of that place out, turned it into desert and plains. While the fertile land in the southeast and in the northeast were inhabited by the black Aboriginals who's always been there. Same in California, the breadbasket of California was always inhabited by the Khalifians, also known as the Californians, led by Queen Khalifa, who they try to say is mythical because they actually have down on record that there's a black queen ruling the island of California, which yes was an island and probably will become an island again after the snow melt and shit that's going on out there in California is threatening to put the Inland Empire, you know, San Bernardino County area underwater, which would cause California to separate from Nevada and Arizona. Alright? If you look at the topography of fucking California, you can't see how Death Valley and most of Arizona had to be underwater because they're so below the fucking sea level, and that's why you got these deserts in these low ass areas and shit. They so below the sea level and shit, you know, that if they filled with water, it would just be a fucking sea. I lived in Arizona for almost 2 years. Arizona felt like I was in the bottom of a fucking goddamn ancient lake or some shit. That's what Arizona felt like. It's like being in the bottom of a fucking lake. If a big ass lake, or if the Gulf of Mexico fucking drained up and shit like that, and niggas came over there and started building civilization on it, and you know, I bet you the only thing that could grow out of that fucking land would be cactus and fucking a little bit of brush that some birds shit out their ass and shit. Cause that's what Arizona was like. Alright? And I got the maps to prove it again. We need to start looking at these maps and shit. These niggas was not crazy. It was selling all over the world. When they got on a boat, it was serious, my nigga. It was serious. It wasn't like we just going on a cruise or some shit. These motherfuckers knew if they got on this boat, they might not come back. So why would they take maps with them telling you that a place is an island is not an island? They meticulously, map these places out. And if you look at a pattern when it comes to a lot of these maps and shit like that, California's an island up until a certain point when that became, like, I guess the waters receded or some shit after the Great Flood, which wasn't thousands years ago. It was only a couple hundred years ago. And it affected mostly North America at this time. Alright? And when them waters receded, probably about in the early 1800s, then you had the whole United States connected. That's when you had Manifest Destiny, and they all started going across the country and shit. There was something keeping these motherfuckers from going west. Alright? You had a few British on the west coast, British Columbia, Albion, and California and shit. Alright? That's how they got Belize, all the areas over there and shit. But they wasn't heavy in the middle of the country, and that came later. Alright, so that's why I said when it's saying that, you know, America was in a ruleless condition, it kind of makes a lot of sense. I guess these people, this happens all the time. These people try to come after us. They're trying to connect the aspect of the religion and culture to Genghis Khan's family. The sins cannot for a moment be doubted. The Bogotans, the Natchez, and the people of Talamejo on the Ohio or bear the strongest proofs of the same origin. All the ancient entrenchments and inscriptions that covered in America, as far as Nagasaki Bay, Boston, they are probably of Mongol origin. They're not. Now, I picked this book. This is when I'm gonna tell you right now. You can see this. They try to say that everything, including what they found on the East Coast, the mounds, all that shit, had to be of Mongol origin. When, you know, okay, back then when they wrote this book, obviously they didn't have the technology to tell, okay, these bones have to be Negroes or whatever. Unless they found like a mummied Negro, and they wasn't going to admit that shit anyway. They just said, oh, well, we found Indians over here, blah, blah, blah. It's got to be these people. It could be these Negroes. After a few years of us integrating into society, a few generations of integrated society, becoming slaves to the system and shit, and denouncing our American Indianness, what happens is when they started going through this manifest destiny, they started meeting these Asian Indians that were subjugated to the Midwest and shit. They started making them the face of the fucking Indians. So now they writing all these books and shit. They found all these old records down in Mexico and Peru of how these Mongols came. Marco Polo and Genghis Khan came over from the Pacific. And that's how you got these niggas now running around here and shit. Cause you know, you gonna tell me y'all been here thousands of years, you still running around on teepees on horses? No, that's a military occupation. All right, you're not seeing that. You know what I'm saying? Because we like white people told us that all these people, the reason the Indians, they were so fucking backwards and shit. They've been here for thousand years, but they ain't got no real settlements. These niggas running around in teepees and running around shit. When you look at the Civil War, whatever, these niggas running around in tents and horses, right? They want to run. They were still in a military battle. So when they came out here, we were still in a battle with the Mongols. So our ancestors on the other side of the country was battling these niggas coming from the West Coast, and we was battling these niggas coming from the East. I mean, coming from the Atlantic. You know what I mean? So this whole shit is fucked up, man. Like I said, I'm gonna have to go more into depth with this shit. Let me part 2 of this, because I'm taking mad time. I don't want to make a 2-hour long video and shit. Now I believe there's elephants already here and shit. They saying elephants found near Bogota, probably sons of which company. You know, a lot of stuff. You know, not to bite 432, drop radio, con them over there, but you got to dodge a hijack. You know what I'm saying? Dodge a hijack and shit, because you can see it here. Now this book tells you half truths. It tells you how these agents came and invaded from the other side. That's a story that's not being told, because when this is what they were telling their kids years and years ago. But you see, when they have, I'm telling you how history keep on changing shit like that. Now the story is, oh well, they came during the Ice Age and shit. See, they try to act like way more technologically advanced and shit like that. Well, they came through the Ice. Nah, that wasn't what you were saying 100 years ago. 100 years ago, y'all niggas said they came here as invaders. So you knew who these fucking Mongols was. This is how you catch people in line. You gotta fucking find their hijack. You gotta go back into the books and catch them in their fucking line. And then bring it out. Cause look, they tell you right here in these books right here, these niggas came over here and conquered this place. They conquered here. There's a whole point of this book. The Europeans sat back and watched the Asians fighters and shit like that, and they had their little Marco Polo, their little fucking Jesuit, whatever, fucking spy, you know, a little controller in the background, you know, puppet string and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? How do we know that the Vatican, they ain't send Spain and Portugal to conquer from the fucking Atlantic, and they send Marco Polo over there with the Mongols of Tartary to come fucking conquer from the West? You know what I'm saying? If Marco Polo wasn't involved in any of this shit, I would say, whatever, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we just got fucking shitted on by both sides and shit like that. But this is a conjoint effort. You know what I'm saying? Because now you had a Catholic. You had the Catholic Church on both ends. You had Marco Polo being Italian and whatever. It had to be definitely Roman Catholic or whatever, coming in with the Tartaries, the Tartarians and shit like that from fucking Pacific. And you had fucking Spain and Portugal, you know what I'm saying, Queen Isabella, you know what I'm saying, Queen Maria the First of fucking Portugal and shit like that. You know what I'm saying, coming in from the fucking Atlantic and shit and wreaking all havocs with their fake ass Christopher Columbus story and shit, right? So now you got the Catholic Church at both ends. And this is where it always comes down to, the Catholic fucking church. Alright? So I suggest you read this book. You know what I mean? It tells you from, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna read, like I said, I ain't gonna read the whole thing. I just wanted to show you what I was looking at and shit like that. And this book tells you unequivocally that these motherfuckers came over here and invaded. And it doesn't even start there. It shows you how they invaded Japan and shit, and Alaska and other places before they came down the coast and shit. So fuck everybody who's gonna tell me that the Indians are only these Mongols or whatever, these little white people and shit like that. Y'all niggas is stupid. You know what I mean? Shouts to the white people that know the fucking truth and shit, that rock with us and shit, and that's on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who you are. Get off the John boy, that's my dude right there. He got intelligent conversation and shit. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? There's a few others and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to change my tone, so I'm trying to get my information out so everybody knows what the fuck's going on. So I'm trying to change my tone, be a little more professional when it comes to, I don't want to just be like, oh, fuck white people, blah, 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 because it's not. You know what I'm saying? I've been schooled more times about fucking black people that look like me than I did white people, man. So it don't got nothing to do with race and shit. It's like who's in control and who's not. It's the money shit. All that black and white shit just keeping niggas confused and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that I, you know what I'm saying, I got my differences with these people and shit like that, but they not the ones, you know, who they not gonna send themselves to fucking do the dirty work for me. They gonna send somebody that look like me to come get me. So if I sit around thinking that everybody look like me is my friend and shit like that, I'm a dumbass. It's just shame on me. You know what I mean? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You understand what I'm saying? So you got dodge them hijacks. You got dodge the fucking the bullshit, all that.